Hey guys, I was at the grocery store and saw a little cheapy roast, and it was on sale, and I thought I'll pick it up, but how can I make this tender? And I got the old crock pot out and thought, I know I'll put this roast in the crock pot, some veggies, potatoes, and leave it on a slow cook for about 8 hours. Came out absolutely incredible. You got to make this, so let me show you how to do it. Okay guys, we're going to start off here with about 1.5 pounds Aya brown roast. Not a very expensive roast, but it's going to be slow cooked, so it's going to be good anyway. So I'm going to grab this up, and we'll toss it onto a plate here. Give it a dosing with some olive oil. You can just pour and rub this on too, but I got my fancy little spray thing here. And we're going to season it with a bit of salt, some good old ground black pepper, a dusting of garlic, and of course, my all-time favorite, some Italian seasoning. Now I'm going to put this on fairly heavy, and I'm just going to rub everything into the roast. Now, of course, this is just what I'm putting on. I mean, you can put rosemary on anything you like, but we're just going to keep things a little basic here today. Make sure you got the very front of the roast too. And of course, I'm going to flip this over and do the same thing to the other side. Alrighty then, next up, I'm going to fire up the old cast iron pan and put a bit of oil in here. I don't know, 2 or 3 tablespoons, something like that. Once that pan's good and hot, guys, I'm going to grab up that roast, and we're just going to set this in and give this a sear on all sides just to lock those flavors in. Now, I bet you this roast is going to be, once we're going to cook this for the slow cooker for about, 5 or 6 hours, something like that. And I bet you it is going to be super, super tender. But we want to get this nice and seared first. You get that seasoning locked in there. After 3 minutes or so on one side, I'm just going to give it a flip and keep going around from side to side. But just look at the nice sear there. That's perfect. All right, my friends, we are nicely seared up here, at least in my opinion. So I'm just going to set this onto the plate and begin work on our crock pot liner by adding in a few baby taters. And these are the multicolored ones. I mean, you can add what you like. They don't have to be baby. I mean, you can add full potatoes and kind of chop them up and do whatever you like, but I just like the multicolored. A few baby carrots. Now, again, you can add whole carrots and just kind of chop them, whatever you like. Something like that, maybe a few more. And you know what? I'm going to chop up a bit of onion here. Something like that. Just collect that up and throw it in. About 3 cloves of garlic in there, too. And certainly add more if you like. The roast, and we're going to set him right over the top, something like that. And what I did here, my friends, is I just moved things around a little bit just so, so he sits down in there nice and happily. Next up on the agenda here, I'm going to take 2 cups of beef broth, and to that, I'm going to add a good heaping teaspoon of tomato paste and just mix this around just so it gets, just adds that nice thick richness. And of course, if that water's a little bit hot, it's going to help just mix up that tomato paste and the beef broth. Then and only then, I am going to pour that sauce over top of the beef and those veggies. And I mean, guys, I'm just adding potatoes, carrots, and onions, but feel free to add whatever you like, some Brussels sprouts, whatever it might be, but this is just my all-time favorite. Here we go. It's looking mighty fine right there. And you know what, guys? I went out to the garden and I found a sprig of rosemary, and I'm just going to lay him just on the side. Because you know what? Rosemary is beef's best friend, bestest buddy, whatever it might be. I know they go well together. And we're going to throw a lid on here, and we're pretty much ready to go in the slow cooker. All right, guys, we are into the slow cooker here, so I'm just going to go ahead and set this for an 8-hour run. and just walk away, do some stuff, and we'll be back in 8 hours. Okay, guys, it's been about 8 hours. I've been doing a whole bunch of fiddling and diddling, but I'm getting hungry, and I think we are finally done, so let's take a peek inside. Okay, is everybody ready? Oh, just look at this. Sorry for that little puff of steam there, guys, but just look at this. Is this ever good? And I bet you this is going to be absolutely fall apart, tender, done to perfection. And those juices make a wonderful gravy out of that. This is going to be so... And like I was saying, guys, I think this is going to be really good. I'm just going to cut off a little slice and try it. But I'm thinking, too, all these juices here, you could just put some cornstarch and make a nice gravy out of that. But just let's slice off a little piece here. And oh my goodness, does this ever slice beautifully? Some juice on there, just look at that. I mean, that is just absolutely so tender. Just check out the back side here. I mean, that just sliced off just like butter. Wow. All right, let's get a bit more juice on here. I know those veggies are going to be good, but I want to try this beef. So let's give it a taste test. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so good. It's tender. It's juicy. I just absolutely love it. You got to make this up so fast, so easy. Just walk away, let it cook, do whatever you want. But you got to make this. And if you do, leave us a comment because we love to read them. Most of all, subscribe. Why not? It's free. And give us a like because it helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. Make sure you make this up. And, of course, I'm going to have more of this beef with all the trimmings in it. Oh, so good. Good.